Okay. Hello everyone, this is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, you can go to my webpage, Stamp Around the Dining Room Table, stampinup.net, to see more about me. I'd be happy to be your demonstrator. When you go here, you can find out more about me. You can see our products. You can place an order. You can sign up to do a workshop or join my team, which right now, for this month, the starter kit, which usually you get $125 worth of product for $99, for this month, you get $155 worth for $99. So it's an extra $30 worth of product that you can order. And when you become a demonstrator, that really just means that you have access to things that people who are just a customer, which, not that I'm denigrating customers, I love all my customers, but if you wanted to maybe get a heads up on things that are going on in Stampin' Up, you want to get on some of the deals that the demonstrators can get in on, that's really all it is. You can be what they call a hobby demonstrator. Just do it for yourself. You don't have to have classes. You don't have to sell to people. You don't have to do videos. That's one of the nice things with this. You do as much or as little as you want. And even if you just want to try it out and just for short term and realize, yes, it is for me, no, it's not for me, you still get $155 worth of product for $99. So any questions, anything I can help you with, reach out to me and I will do my best to help you. Okay, so this week I have been on here. Wait, because I always go in more so that you can see my address a little better than my website. All right. So this week I've been using the Perched in a Tree, and it does come, it's the stamp set, and it has a bundle which has the Aspen tree die, or the Aspen dies, which are these. Okay, so I've been doing that this week. Give you a little closer look. Here is my storyboard. This is the bird just stamped. Here it's stamped and cut out. Here's the branch stamped and cut out, and then the other stamps that are in there. These are dies, and also this background, this one that's can be like a background. And to give you a little more idea of these, this is what I did this week. Okay, so this was just from my Tuesday Facebook Live, so you can go back and see that if you didn't see it before. So that's a fairly simple one. Then I just wanted to use this die, and I just put it on the front, and I did another piece of white behind, and just with a blending brush just added colors. Okay, and then when I did this before taping, and then during taping I made these two cards. Okay, then on Wednesday on my YouTube page, I wanted to try having this be in the foreground and stamping stuff to put behind it. And I realized that this probably should have been down a little more, but that's okay. This was from a stamp set that was active last year. So this is retired, but I wanted just to see the idea that you can have a village in the background. Okay, then from our mini catalog this year, I wanted to kind of try something with our what's it called? I have it right here somewhere, and I can't remember the name suddenly. Scary Cute, I think is what it was called. Yeah, Scary Cute. Okay, and I put stuff back there, popped this up. I could have stamped it. I could have made it with a house overlay. I was trying to get everything in, but it was my first time really playing with this to do that. So the more you play with something, the better you get at it. Then I also used from our new mini catalog the Piece to You, and I stamped that in the background and added a little bit of snow, extra snow. This is cut. I'll come back to here. This one I cut it out of our snowy white velvet. This is just black cardstock, basic black. This is from our white glimmer paper, which comes in 6x6 sheets with white and red in it. Okay, and then while when I did it, I decided I wanted to try, because actually what happened was I tried to do a video with these, making these, and I had issues with my camera, so I had to do something else. So I got thinking, what about the guys from All Bundled Up? Okay, that one, kind of cute. And I stamped and fussy cut out the moose from that and had him like kind of like he's coming out of the trees. And I did just a little bit of coloring in the background with the blending brushes. Again, some Balmy blue, a little bit of yellow there, brought a little bit of blue down here. Not much, just to have a little shadow like in the snow. And I did stamp these guys on the inside as little buddies. And then I realized there's also a little bird. Oh well. Okay, so for today, I wanted to, and then I just realized I never wrote down, I'll do it real quickly here. I wanted to, I saw, I'll put this here in front of you. I saw this idea for having a different kind of, almost a Z-fold type card, goes like this. Okay, and the one I did to prepare, because I wanted to try it, what I'm going to show is a little different than what I did here, but that was the basic idea I got from somebody else. See if I get her name here. I thought I wrote it down. Of course, right now I'm not finding it. I will find it and put it down in the comments down below. But I thought I wrote her name down, but obviously it's not here. Okay, so, but she did a one that, and that's how I'm gonna show you in a minute. It comes through here, like you open it and whatever shows in the front ends up staying over here. But I wanted to try a little different with this. So it's the same basic idea, but I wanted to do the more simple show you the more simple version how to do it. Probably should have done it the other way, but, and I'm going to write down here, I meant to write this down ahead of time. So you're going to start off with a regular card base, okay, which is 8.5, and you score it at 4 1/4 by 5.5. All right, so that's a normal. Where's I have it right here? I had it right here. All right, let me see. Here it is. It's just under stuff. So we have a regular card base. All right, 8.5. 8.5 this way by 5.5 this way. You score it in half this way, so it's 8.5 scored at 4 1/4 by 5.5. All right, so we're going to start with that, and that's what this is. That's what this main part is right here. Okay. Then you're going to take another. It's going to be almost like a type of a Z fold. Okay, so then you're going to have a piece that's 5 1/4 by 8. Put my inches in there, and then you're going to score it at 2 inches and 4 inches along the 8.5 inch, or along the 8-inch side. Okay, so I'll show you this. So this one, I have that part done. Okay, so here's 8 inches this way, 5 1/4 this way, and then I scored it at 2 inches and at 4 inches, and I can show you where's my. Okay, so I just did it like this. I cut it, or you can do it on your scoreboard. Scored it here and scored it here at 4. Okay, then you're gonna fold it in half and then fold that back. Now, a Z fold, many times it's like this, but you're gonna turn it so it goes this way. All right, and then this is going to glue on here, which I'll show you that in a moment. But these are the main measurements that you need, okay? So for this one, I did that, and then I used the die for this, which I'm not sure right where that is. Oh, it's in here. What am I doing, silly me? Mixing myself up. So I'll just show you on here. I'm not going to cut it out of this one because this one I want to show you the other option. So this, I just set it just like that. I just put it in the center. And of course, because you're cutting out from the front, you're going to open it. You don't want it to go all the way through. And then you run it through your die cutting machine that way. Okay. So then all those parts come out. So because this is so big, I took a piece behind here that is 3 3/4, about 3 3/4 by 5. And I use the deckled edge rectangles. And I cut that out because I wanted to make sure it was big enough to go behind all here. Okay, we don't have a die that's big enough to like cut out just what this is, but it doesn't matter in this case. Okay, so then what I decided was I did the moose, I made these guys out here, and I put he's like still inside the woods. They come to the outside of the woods there, right? They're all right on the edge of the woods. I maybe should have had the bunny up a little bit higher, but basically how I figured out about where I wanted him, and obviously I didn't figure it quite the way I should have. I put a mark like on either, like with pencil on either side of these, and about down here at the bottom, and I did end up getting them down a little more than I maybe should have, but it's okay, it still works. All right, and then this, because for this one, this piece, I made the same color as the base, right? And I did the deckled rectangle for that, and I did 2 sizes down for in here to add your sentiment when you're ready to do that. And this one, I took a little bit, again, I used the blending brush and just a little bit of blue there to be kind of like maybe the sky. And I use these, they're in our mini catalog, and they're called Adhesive Back Stars. But they kind of can look like stars, they can look kind of like snowflakes. So I wanted them more for snowflakes. And I put them so that you could be seen through there. And full disclosure, there's a little bit of a stray mark under there, so that's why that one's there, and this has a little bit of goop on it there. But I wanted to cover that, so I said, okay, that'll go there, and then where can I put them so that they look good either way? Okay, and if you wanted, you could put more of the snowflakes on. I just put that. Okay, so this part is basically, it's just a little bit different than what I'm going to show you, like a little bit easier version. This one you had, because they were on the front, I used my mini glue dots to attach them, and you just have to really pay attention so that they're behind these trees, because otherwise it's going to stick to that, and that's not what you want. All right, so hopefully I didn't make that too confusing for you, but I'm going to show you one that's a little bit easier even. But this, I just thought I'd been playing with this and I wanted to maybe do something again with the moose and his friends, so that's why I decided to do that. All right, so today, and I should have had another, I just ran out of time, or I would have had one exactly like I'm going to show you today how to make. All right, so here we've got our card base, and we've got this, okay, and that's going to go right here. And you're just going to glue that down so you got about the same amount all the way around. All right, so, and before I do that though, I wanted to show you, we're going to cut a circle out of the front. Now, I'm using the layering circles, and get my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine out here. And then on the front here, I want this kind of in the center. Okay, but you want to open it so that you're not cutting all the way through to the back. You want just the front. Okay, so there's that. All right. Yes, so there's that. This piece. Now, what I did was, I'm going to do this through the magic of television. Whoops, I did not realize I had left my heat tool over there and I just knocked it on. So, through the magic of television, I have a yellow one because I decided I'm going to use a yellow on the inside. Okay, so where's my... So I took... These are exactly the same. See? So I took that, and this one, the yellow, is going to fit exactly... You just got to line it up right there. Okay, so when you open it, that's going to be back there. All right? So I did that, and I got that ahead of time. Then the other thing I did was I was trying to figure out what is the biggest circle that I can use in here. Now, this was the largest of the scallop circles. This is the largest of the circles. And then you have just a little bit of color, and I thought I might want a little more color than that. So the next size down, I tried that. And you can see the back, I colored that. I like that a little better. So, and I looked, and the bird just fits. But I'm going to show you how you would set this up. Where's my, right here. So I'm using early Espresso ink today. And I stamped this guy, and then I used some Stampin' blends to color him. And then, hope I didn't leave it out. Here's the layering circles. Okay, so see, I used the largest of these, and then this is the second largest. And so this is how you can determine what actually works. This will just cut him out. See, you just got to make sure it's got a, okay. This one, if you didn't want as much of the yellow to show, then obviously this one really fits. That's the largest one. So I use the largest, of these, and the second largest of these, just the plain circle, okay? So the largest of the scallop circle and the second largest of the plain circle. And again, through the magic of television, ta-da, there's my guy. I didn't want to spend a lot of time coloring and that kind of stuff because I wanted to be able to put this card together for you and not be taking a lot of time. All right, so let's step back. So this is the card base, so it's just a regular card base. You cut the front out. This is the piece that's 8 1/4. Make sure I'm telling you the right sizes. Yeah. It's 5 1/4 by 8, scored at 2 inches and 4 inches, and then accordion folded like this. Okay. So we're going to put glue on the back of this. Or whatever you prefer to use for your adhesive. If you would rather use a tape runner or something like that. And then I just try my best to get this. I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. Oop, I got a little bit there. So let me just, okay, so there's that. All right, so what we want to do now is make sure that's folded, close this down, and fit these in where they belong, just like that. Okay, and this guy can go on front like that. All right, and this one, you're going to want to just put glue on the back of this. Okay, so what I would suggest is, because I just want to make sure I get this in the right place because I want it to fit in here. Okay, so if you go do it from the back, whoops, and again, just You don't necessarily have to do it this way, but this would be one way to be sure that you're getting it where you want it, I guess, to say would be, oh, wait a minute, I think I'm doing this. I didn't think this through before, but there. All right, so you're going to want it on this side because that's going to go over here. So just do it. I'm doing it a little shy of being half just because I'm not sure it's really going to, hopefully, see, I got just a smidge, a little bit over maybe. So there, it's a little less than half. Whoop, as I move it off, great. Let me just make sure. Oh, it moved. It really moved. Let's see. Good grief. Trying to make it, I ended up making it harder than it should be here. It always happens when I'm taping. What can I say? All right. So make sure, like, do that. Press it down. And then once it's dry, if you need to, you could, if you get one of these rubber eraser things, it'll take any excess glue off. All right. So now once you have that done, and made a mess there, a little bit of glue I think stuck to my finger there. Then this, your little, this, you put it right there. And if you want, that can be glued flat. You could pop it up. I'm going to, let me just see here. I was thinking I was going to glue it flat, but I think I might like it popped up a little. So I'm going to do that. And this one, because the whole thing's going to go on, you're going to make sure you got, I'm probably going to put one on, like, I'm going to put 5, I think. One on each side and one in the middle. It's probably more than I need, but I don't want the center to, like, cave in. Okay. All right. And then, oh, I was going to show you. And then, you know what else I meant to show you with this guy? There. Oh, that's, I kind of like that. There. All right. So just like, the one thing I forgot with this guy is that I found you can, because the branch here, and where's my, that's not what I want, because it's a little longer than this. You can put the bird first and then just kind of about like that. But say I missed that foot a little, so I found, and this is what I meant to do, and I totally was not thinking. I found for me, start with the branch, and then like you can kind of figure out the bird feet. See, it's a little better. That maybe is down a little more than you want, but you can, you know, practice it ahead of time and get it where you want it more or less. If you don't want his feet to show, you could even just not ink up the feet. Okay. But I just wanted to show you that what seemed to work a little better for me, although of course it didn't work quite as well when I'm showing you on tape as when I'm doing it on my own. Now for here, I would like to put a little, let me just see. I hadn't thought this through. I may even want like a little, you can, now there's a few things you can do. You could stamp your greeting directly on here. You could stamp your greeting on white, which I think I'm going to do. Let me just see what I want to say today. Where's my, where did I put that? Right here. No matter the season, I'm here for you. Let heaven and nature sing, wishing you abundant joy and peace. Your kindness warms my heart. I think I'm going to do your kindness warms my heart. Is this it? Yep. And this piece, whoop, it fits. It's a little bigger than I need, but I can trim it down. I'd rather have it a little bigger. And then, okay, your kindness, I'm going to put it down near the bottom a little more. So let's trim off the top. Your kindness warms my heart. Now, You can use this. You can use, I also have the smaller, let me just try the small one. I think I need just a smidge off there. Okay, and then drive it. Well, it's not necessarily straight. Let me try this. Oh, I see. This might not be straight. Let me try this for a minute. Make sure if I do it there. And now, anyway, that's better. That's a little better. Okay, so then you can decide, you want just like this, which I might, because I'm afraid, I was thinking, or you could put yellow behind it. It has to be pretty small if you're going to, because there's not a lot of room there, but I could do that. Let me just see. So, how big is this? This is an inch and a quarter. So if I make this an inch, let's see here. Oh, wait, an inch and a quarter. Yeah, so if I make it an inch and a half, inch and a half. Is that right? Yeah. And then this is, let's do there because I'm having a hard time. 3 and 8. So, I think that's about right. Oh no, it could be even, what am I doing? I wasn't thinking it needs another inch off, right? Some days I'm a little crazy, as you can tell. I think that's what I think that'll work now. No, of course not. All right, you know what? I'm having a harder time with this one. I'm going to use my big one. See, people use that little one all the time. I don't use it enough, I guess, to really 3 1/2 by 1. Okay, 3 1/2. I'll do it this way. 1. This here. Is that going to be, yeah, I think that's about it. Make sure I'm doing this correctly. Yeah, because I just want it really little. And this is, let's do it one more time. Make sure I've got this. I think I need there. If I need to make it a little smaller, I can, but I think that's it. Spend all day. Oh, yep, it was a little bit. All right, I'm gonna just one more. There, that's much better. All right. Some days I'm just a little crazier than others. I don't know about you. One of the things for sure, what you see is what you get here. There. I think I'm gonna, yeah, I like that. All right. So this is just gonna be flat. Because with the yellow behind it, it makes it, kind of gives it a little more, and I just didn't want to pop it up too much. There. Your kindness warms my heart. There you go. Kindness warms my heart. So this is, for me, is a fun fold. It's fairly simple. It can be a little fussy, but really, oh, I maybe got that down a little too, but that's all right. It's fine. And then if you want, you could put anything you want. If you want to put a little something on the inside, you can. There's not, Like sometimes I even have put like just the bird head down here, but I think it may be too much with that. So I'm just going to leave it. I can write a note. I can add a stamp. I can add stuff later, you know, when I decide who I'm sending it to for what occasion. Let's see, and then this just kind of gets up through there. So there you go. I'm going to hopefully doing this again. So again, this is, I just got ink on my finger. I'm closing that. I always get ink on me. Something about these ink pads. I always get ink on myself. All right, let me wipe my fingers because I don't want to get it all over everything. So, all right, so here's this, the card base again, a regular card base, and then this other piece is 5 1/4 by 8, and then you scored it 2 and 4, like a kind of a type of Z fold, okay? Like this is how it opens. This one, I modified this. It's kind of a step up, I guess you'd say, because I cut this out, put these guys on the front. This Z fold, all of this right here, this is the same size as this, okay? It's still the 5 1/4 by 8, scored at 2 and 4. What's different is that instead of having just a smaller hole here, and like if we had something that was that size, I probably would have put it behind. It wouldn't have gone through like this one. But because we didn't, I wanted to make sure that, because I didn't want it to, like, you to be seeing something like, you know, like a partial thing, like you'd be partly here and partly that. I didn't want that, okay? But it just is showing that, just one way to show how you can take a basic, or you know, take something from somebody else, like an idea that they had, or even an idea you had before, and you can just change it up a little bit to give yourself another look. Okay, but it might be this one's a little fussier because, I mean, really, these guys were the fussiest part, because I colored them. My sister helped me with fussy cutting, and then I had to figure out, especially these guys, how to attach them here and not have it stick back here. All right. Oh, and it's hard to see here, but I did use some of I'm gonna maybe do a little more. Some of the snow puff. Oh, now it came out much more than I wanted it to. Oh my goodness. That's what I get for trying to show you, and I squeezed a little too hard. It's going to have a big puffy tail by the time I get done with this. Anyway, I didn't mean it to be quite that big, but I don't think I can. Okay, so let me just show you. So there's that. And this is going to take a little bit longer than the other. I just realized I wanted a little more on it because it didn't really. So then you heat up your heat tool. And this is going to take a little longer than the original one did because it's bigger. But you heat it up and try to put it, hopefully you can see it. It's a little hard because it's white on white. There, it's starting to go, starting to puff up. I don't know that you can see it. Let me put this more to the side, see if you can see it. Now he's got this huge, huge, huge puffy tail, much bigger than he should have. The other one was a little small. This one's a little big. Let me just see. And the other kind of over time there. Wait. I'm able to move it a little bit because it's still hot. I wouldn't recommend doing it this way, but I may just. There's my head's probably in the way. Let me just. Because I moved it. Let me just try. I don't know if it's going to puff up anymore. Or... Anyway, so I kind of made a mess of that, but I just wanted to kind of be able to show you the puff paint. Okay, so there we go. Oops. All right, let me just, I'm going to be a little careful with the tail, but where's my, I don't know what I did, probably right here. Oh, there it is. I just want to get this edge here. It's not laying down good. All right, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I just want to reinforce these. All right, so there we go. This poor bunny. I'll play with it off air. I'm going to finish up here, and then I will play with it a little more and try and fix it a little better. My overzealousness here. Anyway. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back next week with something. I'm not even sure right now what I'm doing next week. That's where I'm at this point in time. But I hope that you'll have a wonderful weekend. Okay, and until we meet again, my friends, happy crafting. Bye-bye.